is your host, Mystery Jeff Houghton!
How you guys doing tonight? How you doing? Good, I'm glad you're doing that. How you doing at home? Good. We have a great show for you guys tonight. You're gonna love it. New York Times best-selling comic book writer Cullen Bunn is here. Yeah, it's awesome. We also have the music of Kansas City's own Cardwell. Cardwell. And we have a great title sponsor, Branson Chamber. We love Branson. Check this out.
Here we are. We made it. Beautiful Branson, Missouri.
We did make it, but did we forget anything?
Yeah, I don't think so. Bottles.
Wipes.
Diapers.
Diaper bag.
Stroller.
Jammies.
Little seat thingy.
A yogurt thingy.
Applesauce things.
You know what I didn't pack? I didn't pack that weird, obnoxious plastic toy he has that every time he hits it, plays the loud music and says, "Have a nice day," in such a creepy, not really a child's voice. You know, I swear the other day it said my name. It said, "Have a nice day, Jeff." Are they trying to scare us with those things? I love my son. I hate those toys. You didn't pack that, did you?
No.
Okay, good. It's Branson. Good, I said to myself. Let's just, I don't know, do things I've noticed.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. These are things I've noticed. Here we go. I've noticed that I have an accountability idea for 25 to 40-year-olds. Instead of a swear jar, every time you say mid-century, you have to put $1 in your credenza. I've noticed that the road to insanity is paved with forgotten passwords. I've noticed that Metamucil is mucil about mucil. It's Metamucil. And it helps with your stools. All right, I've noticed that sure, the internet is great for connecting with others, but it also makes every crazy person feel like they're entitled to tell the world their outlandish opinions.
Hey, do you want to hear some opinions? I'll tell you what I've noticed. Yeah, you're right. The internet is bananas. You know what else makes me real mad? Bananas. It's like, sure, what every well-balanced diet needs is a food that you can't eat for several days that also brings its own bugs into your house. Not for me. Then after you wait all that time, bananas go from green to brown faster than a toddler mixing up finger paint. They say good things come to those who wait. You know what that doesn't apply to? Bananas! That's right. I get so upset about it. My mind goes blank. After you wait all that time, oh, here it is. This was worth the wait. Think about that mouthfeel. It's just this mushy texture, just like any other food you've eaten for 10 minutes. You know, science would like me to believe that we're more evolved than monkeys, and yet here we are eating the same food. If I wanted my fruit to disappoint me, I'd eat a red, delicious apple. Come at me, RD. Yeah. Bananas. It's the fruit that's literally a euphemism for insanity. B-A-N-A-N-A-S, more like B-A-N-A-N-A, no.
There you go. There's an example right there. I don't know how you got a microphone. Okay. I've noticed.
Want to know what I noticed? As a father of a 5-year-old kindergarten going to school this year, I had to gear myself up to release my sweet boy into the elementary school and loving adults. After 3 weeks, however, I can tell you what I saw was a true hellscape on those elementary school grounds. You would think that the parents that are teaching kids how to practice patience and grace and kindness, that they would have a little bit of it their own, you know? But no. In Carline, it is dog eat dog, mom eat mom. Cutting each other off, revving up the engines, and dare I say it, flipping the bird. Well, I see you. I see you line skippers. I see you bird flippers. I see you cutter offers. Oh, I see your soul. It is dark and it is black, like a overripe banana.
All right, okay. I see it. I see what you guys are doing. You got a hold of a microphone and you're just going crazy. I'm gonna finish this. I've noticed that...
You want to know what I noticed? Hey. Want to know what I noticed? Happy hour's always longer than 1 hour.
All right, fine. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna ask everyone here, are we good? Do we have anyone else that needs to say something? Because if not, I'm just going to keep going. Here we go. I've noticed that there...
You know what I've noticed? I don't know what to do when I pay for things anymore. I mean, I put my chip card in the machine, but I don't know what to look at the cashier or look at the machine because the machine's gonna beep at me. Where do I put my eyes? If I'm just looking around, the machine's gonna beep and beep and beep at me, and the cashier's gonna have to say, "Sir, you can remove your card now." Oh, really? Is that what that noise is? I thought it was the chip card police because the noise triggered me into fantasizing about using my future inmate's hairy bar of soap to dig a tunnel down to some rat-filled sewers where I have to army crawl through excrement to escape the prison from the chip card thieves. I ain't going back to prison. Where do I put my eyes?
You know what I noticed? Carol, it's called lethal weapon, not legal weapon.
You seem to be really okay with mediocre bits going way too long. This bit is an overripe banana.
All right, that's things I've noticed. Go to commercial? We'll go to commercial.
These things I've noticed.
That comedy bit brought to you by Bush, Ramlow & Shore, CPAs. Set design and construction brought to you by Elemoose, Digital Quill Studio, and Skinny Theatrical Design and Fabrication. Guest booking provided by Gig Salad. Big Whiskey's is the official American restaurant and bar of the Mystery Hour. Yeah. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We have a great guest tonight. We also have a great guest sponsor. Ha! History Museum on the Square. They took all your old stuff. All right, our guest tonight is so legitimate. He is a New York Times best-selling comic book writer. So fascinating. Please give it up for Cullen Bunn. Cullen.
How are you? I'm great. I feel like I'm sinking down into this couch.
You do?
Yeah.
You should have seen our old couch. It really did it because it was like 100 years old. This is a new couch we bought for the show, and I wish it was at my house.
Well, I was just taking it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can just take it, can't I?
I mean, it's your show, right?
Yeah. I have couch privileges.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Great.
Thanks for coming on the show.
I'm glad to be here.
I don't live in the comic book world, but I respect it and love like the fandom of it and the community of it.
We're gonna fix that. I'm gonna get you some comics. Once you read them,
I think you're
hooked.
right.
Yeah.
I really think so. Because it takes, I don't have to imagine what it looks like. It's right there.
That's right.
So, it's like I'm explaining comic books to a 3-year-old.
That's pretty much how they have to be explained to me. Yeah.
All right, so you're an accomplished comic book writer, but I imagine there are so many people out there love comic books and maybe dream of doing what you're doing, and you're actually doing it. How did that happen?
You know, I've loved comics since I was a kid. Mm-hmm. I've always wanted to tell stories. My dad was a master storyteller, and I wanted to do the same thing. So it was just, it was natural that I wanted to do comics. I didn't know how to do it. I used to send letter after letter to Marvel and DC saying, here's the greatest Batman story you've ever heard.
Yeah.
And I would get a form letter back every time. What eventually worked for me, and it took me a long while to break in, is I was working at a comic book store.
Yeah.
Peddling comics to people. And one of my coworkers was a comic book artist, an aspiring artist. And the two of us started working together on a book, and we published it through a smaller independent publisher. Mm-hmm. And that book, that came out, and I thought, this is it. I'm set. I am now a super famous comic book writer.
I've done it.
And then I kept working at the comic shop. And, and a few years later, we worked on another comic together, and that started getting the attention of other publishers, other editors, and it was on Twitter. An editor at DC reached out to me on Twitter and said, hey, email me, I want to talk to you about doing a comic. And I was like, oh man, I'll do a 6-page backup story for some character no one's ever heard.
Yeah.
And then I called him and he said, yeah, we want you to do a Batman Superman comic, which is the most...
Out the gate.
So it's the most intimidating 2 characters to write for me. But that was really that opened the door, and then that led to another project, and that led to another project.
And that the opening of the door to that opportunity was you just creating something that did really well.
Yeah, a lot of people ask, people have different goals. Some just want to do their own thing, and that's awesome, and that's noble. And some want to write for Marvel and DC, and that's awesome, and that's noble. But usually for either of those, I tell people, just do your own thing. Do something that's true to you. Do something that if someone reads it, they know that's your story, and that'll open doors for you more than anything else. Writing those letters with your best Batman pitch never works.
Doesn't work.
No.
Create your own.
Yes.
And so you kind of, you exist career-wise doing stuff you get hired for with Marvel and whatnot.
Yes.
And then you also spend a lot of time doing your own things.
Yeah, I work with, they call them the Marvel and DC are the big 2, and then I do a lot of creator-owned books, which are all my own stories.
Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of, work on both sides of the fence there.
And what do you like more? Do you like one more than the other?
Well...
You have creative control if it's just your own.
Well, if anyone from Marvel or DC is watching...
You, smart man.
It's different. They satisfy different desires. I grew up reading Marvel and DC characters.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
And I love writing those characters. I love playing in that sandbox. But the way I've always described it is, it's like you get invited over, you're a kid, and you get invited over your best friend's house. And he has all the best toys.
Yeah.
Every toy you've ever wanted to play with. But at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want, but at the end of the day, you have to put them back on the shelf in exactly the same condition.
Right.
And that's writing for Marvel and DC. While writing your own thing, you can do whatever you want. You have free reign, and it's just a different kind of, it's a more satisfying kind of story.
And a lot of the stuff the stuff you create on your own is kind of dark, would you say?
Yeah, I'm messed up. Yeah.
The best people are, though, right?
Yeah, most of them, yes.
Yeah. So you have this. Yeah. You have this. When you're working, you're in this place of like this created, twisted universe you've created, and then like the phone rings and you have to be like, yes, hello, good to talk to you. You have to be normal.
Well, normal is, yeah, normal-ish. People know what they're getting when they talk to me. I mean, I think at this point, if they don't know what they're getting, they know pretty quickly after they start talking to me.
Have you ever written yourself into one of your books?
I have. I did a book called Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, which is... Which, now that everybody's clapped, I was just going to say, the people who love it are really messed up too.
Yeah.
But it's a story about Deadpool killing all your favorite Marvel superheroes.
Yeah.
It's just what it says in the title. It is hands down my most popular Marvel work, and it ends with me getting killed.
Yeah.
Deadpool's decided he wants to destroy the person who's writing this terrible comic. And yes, so it's me, and the artist drew an unflattering version of me. I'm sort of like... But yeah, so I've done that, and then a few other artists think it's real funny to draw me getting killed in various panels. So I've been killed in 3 or 4 Deadpool books that I didn't write, but yeah.
That's funny. Now you've got some covers here. What do we got here?
You know, I forgot to bring books, and then someone backstage, my books are so prevalent.
Yeah.
Someone said, hey, I have some Cullen Bunn comics.
Yeah, perfect.
So yeah, someone
let's see 'em.
loaned me a couple. So yeah, I've got a Venomized, which is a book I just did for Marvel not long ago.
Yeah.
Which Venom, if you're not familiar, he's a Spider-Man villain. And he's got a movie coming out, I think, sometime soon. And this is a story about every Marvel superhero getting a Venom symbiote. So every Marvel superhero becoming Venom. That happens, you know.
Yeah. Well, I love that you can just do whatever. There are very few rules, right?
Right, very few.
As long as you're respecting the characters, I guess.
And this is as Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the book that's coming out right now. This first issue just came out. And this is a book, I have to be honest, I pitched it because it was a cool pun. You know, as Guardians, which are Thor's people. I thought, well, as Guardians of the Galaxy. So about 5 years ago, I pitched this book to Marvel, maybe 4.
Yeah.
And they said, well, maybe. We like the title, but we're not sure. But now, you know, with some of the Thor movies being popular, you know, the Thor Ragnarok had a big cosmic theme. So there you go.
Now, you said when we talked earlier that if I have you on the show, you'll write me into a comic?
Did I say that?
No.
Look, I lie for a living. Telling stories. So it's hard for me to tell if I've lied or it's the truth, but sure, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You're a liar. You're a liar, I'm a manipulator, and just trying to get in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for talking with us. It's a fascinating world you live in. You do a great job. Give it up for Cullen Bunn. Cullen!
Travel and accommodations provided by Hotel Vandervoort. Systematic Savings Bank, official bank of the Mystery Hour. The Mystery Hour is brought to you in part by Ozarks Technical Community College. You have a dream, we have a plan. Tonight's musical guest brought to you by Bear Village.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. We have a great musical guest, and he made a CD, and they printed it for him. Please give it up for Chris Cardwell. Chris.
And in this moment, and in this lifetime, in the days I have spent here by your side, and in the throes of our night times, in the dreams I swear will keep this alive. For though I know I'm not the only one, oh, I'll be the last one there. When there's wrinkles around your smiling eyes and silver in your hair, there I was, right where I left myself, in your arms, oh, so long ago. And in the silence of our friendship, I am battered to and fro. Though I know I'm not the only one, oh, I'll be the last one there. When there's wrinkles around your smiling eyes and silver in your hair, good days come and they go, and people change and grow, but like trees are planted on either side of the street, I hope someday our branches meet. In these memories and in these pictures and in this state of grace that remains stands the story of two lovers who were hiding from their pain. Though I know I'm not the only one, oh, I'll be the last one there. When there's wrinkles around your smiling eyes and silver in your hair, whoa, silver in your hair. When there's silver in your hair.
That was awesome. I love that song.
Thank you very much, brother.
Chris Cardwell, everybody. 10% of our box office proceeds tonight goes to Victory Mission. We'll see you guys next week.